Now let me take you back for a second or two. Childhood raps take you back for a minute, when times were more simple and you lived with your parents. Before you went to college and you started paying taxes. Remember these shows that you watched as a kid. Childhood raps take you back.
Okay, passengers, it is that time again. Tangled, Season 1, Episode 15. That means we are one episode away from Episode 16. But first, let's go to the whiteboard. Fame is highly overrated and ultimately not rewarding. That is from Ratchet & Clank, and it was suggested by Cody Boys. If you want your quote up there, I know I'm not a big channel, but I'll gladly give you a shout out anyway. So, yeah. That is the same quote from The Dragon Prince Season 2, Episode 5, but I figured leave it up there anyway because, well, honestly, I just don't feel like changing it right now. So, with that said, Episode 15, yes, I figured I'm going to watch this now. Oh, and before I forget, I am back at that location that I stop at sometimes that has planes flying overhead, so they feel like they're flying pretty low today. So they might get a little louder than normal. So, yeah, we're going to go through it anyway, because we don't let planes stop us around here. We're going to enjoy our cartoons. So, yeah, Episode 15, the last episode I actually enjoyed. It was about Max being jealous of another horse, but that other horse was helping a bunch of thieves anyway, so, you know what, there was nothing to be jealous about because, you know, Max is a good horse, and the other horse was just a bad horse, so nobody can outperform Maximus. So, yeah, I have no idea what this episode will entail. This is the one before Episode 16, so I am kind of presuming that it's going to be kind of a throwaway episode, or it's going to be the episode that leads up to Episode 16. Now, here's the bad part. Episode 16 is on track to fall right there with the DuckTales bomb that we're about to get. And hopefully, I can't promise nothing, hopefully I'll try to watch it in between all the DuckTales and all that. But at the same time, this, you know, DuckTales coming back is a pretty big thing. So, I'm not going to rush on DuckTales and get it out like I did the last time they did this with DuckTales. But I will try to keep up as much as I can. So, there is going to be a lot of DuckTales. Fair warning. But next week, as DuckTales is happening, I will try to do Episode 16 of Tangled. Heck, I might even do it at the house. I don't know. So, yeah, yeah, I ain't got nothing else. I'm just going to jump into this episode because I got a feeling it's going to be a fun episode. We might have planes to deal with, but I don't think they're going to be that loud. Let's go ahead and try this out. Episode 15, y'all. Let's watch it. Let me get it back up here. 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and play. Skip.
Oh, once you open this box, your life will never be the same.
Sure thing. It's not for me, though. It's for someone very special.
Really?
Happy birthday, Mom.
Lance, you didn't need to get me a tent.
Okay, Lance.
It's for camping.
I like you, Lance.
Not you.
But, come on, dude.
Hey,
Be a little more thoughtful.
Jane and I are making a whole night out of watching the shower. We're actually gonna camp out overnight. It's kind of a tradition. Hey, think I can borrow your tent?
Ahem, Lance.
Really,
A
Lance?
little discussion about royal appropriate conversation.
But mostly,
I feel like I know the Queen's voice from somewhere.
Since she's come back, and I'm looking forward to some nice, quiet mother-daughter.
Oh, that cup reminds me of, Chip from Beauty and the Beast.
Nigel, looking good as always. See, Stan, I told you a mustache would look killer on you.
Is this the Queen's sister?
Borg, radiant as always. There's my older sister.
Hey, what's her sister? Okay.
You were coming. Oh, Wilhelmina, you shouldn't have.
It's
Really?
It's an umlaut, and she's extremely rare. Oh, the guy who sold it to me said to make sure that she has it on her at all times. I don't know. Must be a comfort thing.
Well, this is very thoughtful.
Okay, that's
Where's my
nasty.
long-lost niece?
You never wear shoes either?
Huh.
Always said, how can you know where you stand in the world if you can't feel the ground beneath your feet? This one says so much.
What's it say? Paint me like one of them French
Tell myself
models?
I'm not painting a picture. I am painting a story.
right?
Hmm.
Besides, she won't even know we're going unless... Mom! Guess who wants to come to Mount Cezanne with us?
Of course.
Sorry, look who you left behind. Our little oomy peanut.
Okay, so there's obviously something to this Uma thingy.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize.
So
you
if
were
we take the
so
rattle away,
To where?
I'm wondering what will happen. Because they said if you open the box, your life will never be the same. Huh. Oh, the king's all by himself.
Little thing! It marks the first job we ever pulled as kids, your majestic one.
You don't talk about thieving in front of the king. Come on, Lance.
Remember our discussion about king-appropriate stories?
How about you come with us?
There you go. Hey, there you go, Lance.
Me? No. I mean, well, sure, I could use the fresh air. I'll get my things. What?
When we were kids, I had this idea for this giant cape/kite I could use to fly.
Oh, Willow, we should probably be on our way.
I was 98% sure it was gonna work.
What about the other 4%?
That's what big sisters are for. Am I right? Back then.
I don't think your math is adding up there, Helmet Head.
Very
And no, I forgot his
She
name.
was so eager to impress. She'd do anything I dared.
Awkward.
I knew we wouldn't have an episode without Shorty.
We should get going.
It's umlaut.
Umlaut. That's it.
And I thought you'd like it.
No, you didn't, Willow. You just like what giving me a cute little exotic thing in front
Aww.
of everybody says about you. Did it ever occur to you?
Willow's feelings are actually hurt.
I found
Granted,
it.
yeah, she should
I'm
know
not, because
by
no
now,
one would
you
have
know,
forethought and restraint
to think of
to
others at the age she is,
of what
but
having an actual
still.
responsibility means.
Your Majesty, let me ask you, how much does a king pull down a year after taxes?
Hey, come on. That's not a bad question to be asking a king. He's just trying to sit back and chill out with the guys. Why don't y'all just chill out with them?
Ruin our night.
But it's not our night.
Yeah. It's not y'all's night. Exactly.
Hansel, wait.
And then she's going to see that and then see them two watching it together and...
Mom, I'm so sorry you missed the shower.
And me too. It's
What's
my
gonna happen with
Ari.
the
You were right
Uma
about the
thingy?
Southern Ridge. It was beautiful.
Where's your rattle?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I had a specific plan for tonight.
It's a lot like a Mogwai.
You've got a plan.
I
for
believe that's what
everything.
Gizmo was
You
called.
mean You think just because you've always got it so together that everyone has to do whatever you say.
It's just like oh gosh. Oh, they multiply worse than gremlins.
To do, and even if I did, you'd ignore it and do whatever you feel like anyway.
I like that they had Rapunzel go to her mom first.
I guess now we know what happens when she doesn't have her rattle.
Wow, the view from here is amazing. It reminds me of the Mystic Cliffs of Gush.
Get the rattle!
Just not as
Willow!
Thank you.
Right, the rattle. Got it.
Uh-oh.
Well, hello there. Look at you, little cute. This trip was a mistake.
You think?
Quickly!
You know, he's pretty agile for that size of his.
Here, I made this. That'll work. I owe you one birthday gift. Okay, Will. It's a two-person job. One to steer and one to shake.
You'd better let me do the flying this time.
So, did it catch it? Hey, there you go. Now what's gonna happen though? I'm not gonna ask no questions. Not gonna ask questions. No questions at all.
Love you, sis.
I love you too.
Oh good, it's going with Willow.
Fancy pants.
Now off to explore new lands.
But it was really nice to get to know Dariana. And who
Yeah, it
knows?
was.
Maybe Willow will change. I mean, she did promise to take care of that umlaut.
Did you leave it with them?
Willow!
Nasty thing. Just coughing up hairballs. Okay, so obviously, yes, this was kind of the filler episode before everything hits the fan. But this was a good episode nonetheless. It gave us character development with the Queen, and we met Queen Dariana instead of, honestly, I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now. So, but Queen Dariana. Queen, did I say Queen? Either way, Queen Dariana. So, we got character development between her and her sister, and, you know, really, she's got an immature sister is what it is. It's the younger sister. She's sowing her wild oats and going out there. You know, she's being herself, and she's going to be a little rambunctious and, you know, fly through town and be immature, but at that age, you would think she can be a little bit more mature, especially when it came to Rapunzel and her mother, especially when Rapunzel told her it wasn't our night, because it wasn't Willow and Rapunzel's night, it was Rapunzel and her mother's night, and it would have been nice to see them connect, as opposed to seeing her and Willow connect up there watching that little meteor shower looking thing. Because I'm gonna finish that other thought, because when the Queen looked up at them two, they were kind of side by side right there. So yeah, I didn't like that, but what I did like is whenever those umla thingies, or whatever they're called, when they started popping out of the other one's mouth, like I said, I ain't asking questions, but, you know, whatever. Whenever they started multiplying, that's when Rapunzel ran to her mother first. She didn't go to the younger, immature sister, the cool aunt. She went directly to her mother. So that was a cool, nice little tidbit that I noticed. It was just nice. I wish I could think of something more for that. And then we also had Eugene and Lance and, you know, the king. He wanted to end up going on the camping trip with them. And yeah, he definitely realized real quick that was a mistake of a decision. So yeah, Eugene really, he needs to calm down with Lance and being so formal with the king and queen, because eventually he's going to learn that they're not always formal all the time. They want to kick back and let loose as well. They don't want everyone speaking to them all regal and professional and all this and that. They want people to sit back and have a good time around them, especially if you're going to be their son-in-law. And whenever I heard him say, hopefully his future father-in-law, it clicked in my head also that is an aspect of this show that I like. They don't talk down to, I understand the intended audience for it, but, hey, cartoons are cartoons. I like cartoons. They don't talk down to the people who are watching the cartoon, though. They let it be, as if it's a normal conversation between people, such as a kid doesn't necessarily understand father. Well, they do, but they don't. So, but they don't not say that. So I like the fact that they don't talk down to their audience. So, yeah, that was just a little tidbit I thought about while watching it. So, yeah. Other than that, it's starting to heat up in here. So, y'all know what that means. No sweat coming off of me. It is y'all's turn. I'm getting off of here because, yeah, I'm going to crank the truck up, let it feel good in here. I want it to get down to 68 degrees. I get to be able to sleep like a little baby, because I like it to be cold when I'm sleeping. I don't want it to be just comfortable. I want it to be cold. That way I can get up underneath that cover. Whew, feels so good and warm. But, it is what it is. Y'all don't want to listen to me say that. It's the end. Leave a comment and let me know what you think of the episode. Hit the like, tickle to subscribe. Don't be texting and driving. And as Mr. Rogers always says,
and I like you as you are, I do.